Today is Monday, August 24, and this is Wilderness Wanderings. Our text is Deuteronomy 14, verse 22. Be sure to set aside 1/10 of all that your fields produce each year. This text introduces the 10% tithe. Each Israelite family was to set this aside for several purposes. First, Israel was to go and party. See verse 23 and 26. God instructed his people to take their tithe, grain, wine, sheep, goats, etc., to the place where God was worshipped. If they lived far away, they could sell their produce and buy what they wanted near the worship center. There they would party. This celebration had a twofold purpose. They would rejoice in God for the provisions he had given, and they would learn to revere him. Israel was to fear the Lord, but not in a stogy, somber, arm-folded, or terrified kind of way. Their fear and reverence for God came from paying attention to the care and love which he was pouring out. It was not fear of judgment that was to motivate Israel's faith, but joy in the Lord. If you are thinking that 10% is way too much to spend on one party, you are quite right. The Lord had established several Levite cities. The tribe of Levi did not have land to farm because they worked at the place of worship. They were dependent on God for provision, but God did not intend to airlift supplies into these towns. Rather, the Israelites were to leave part of their tithes for the Levites. God does not specify how much should be left there. The gifts for the Levites were also a food bank for those in need. Moses specifies the foreigners, the fatherless, and the widows. In the ancient economy, these groups were the most vulnerable. Yet, in Israel, they would have a place to go. There would be provision for those who fell on difficult times. Thus, the tithe provided for the worship of God and provision for those who administered that worship and for the needy. However, the emphasis is not on the percentage. The emphasis throughout is on the relationship between God and his people. The people are to worship and revere God. They are to rejoice in all the material goods God provides, and to liberally share them with those in need. As the Lord blesses them, they are to bless others. The chapter ends, so that the Lord your God may bless you in all the work of your hands. This emphasis on joyful and liberally passing on God's blessings reappears in the New Testament. The most explicit treatment of it is 2 Corinthians 8 and 9, which includes this summary. And God is able to bless you abundantly, so that in all things, at all times, having all that you need, you will abound in every good work. Chapter 9, verse 8. This is the touchstone for Christian giving. As Paul wrote, God loves a cheerful giver. As you journey on, go with the blessing of God. May the peace of the Lord Christ go with you wherever he may send you. May he guide you through the wilderness, protect you through the storm. May he bring you home rejoicing at the wonders he has shown you. May he bring you home rejoicing once again into our doors.